What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be doing our way too early NFL 2025 mock draft. Today I'm joined with SobackSports. You guys know him from the SobackSports podcast that I'm a part of weekly. So yeah, we're gonna do a 2025 early mock draft with all 32 NFL teams. Um, but before that, please subscribe. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, and it'll be greatly appreciated if you guys can subscribe. Daily content will be coming soon. But yeah, so back. How you been? How you been, man?
I mean, I'm great. I'm fine. I mean, it's just great to see that you're back doing videos again. When I heard you are coming back and doing videos again, I was like, finally. It's not
Yeah,
just on the podcast, but
nah, for real, for
anyways,
real. I'm
yeah,
excited.
but
But
yeah,
let's
I
do
haven't
this.
really
Yeah.
I haven't really done much about the draft, but this will be very insightful for sure.
Yeah, I've been doing a little research, so I know a little bit. But I mean, obviously the draft order is going to change. So like, this is just like I don't know. I felt like we should do a video like this.
Sure.
All right. So we're gonna do. It's gonna be a little different. We can't really. I don't want to really do trades. I don't know. I don't want to complicate it. So we're just gonna go without trades. I'm just gonna go run through the whole round one only of the NFL draft. So, all right. So Jacksonville Jaguars get the first overall pick. So there's a lot of good skill positions. I feel like the Jags obviously they traded Trevor Lawrence, right? Um, to
No, they
the
got Trevor
no,
Lawrence.
sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tripping. They kept Trevor Lawrence. That's what I meant, right? They paid him like
Paid him.
50. Yeah, they paid him like what, $55 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I think if I'm the Jags, I'm going for the best player available. I'm going with Travis Hunter, man. I think we got to go with Travis.
I guess so. I mean, their defense has to really be.
Or I think go with Mason Graham. I,
I mean,
I
Travis Hunter makes the most sense, but like if they're just going based off solely like the first overall pick, who's the consensus first overall pick?
it's
But
got to be Travis, right?
I mean, right now it is, yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily bother me that they take it. It's just like they have a lot of issues, and I don't think taking a cornerback.
Maybe they trade it. Honestly, they might trade it.
They
Like
might trade it, but I doubt it because like
what
then
offers they
the whole
got.
point of tanking this year, like imagine that. Like they went through a whole tank process at this point because
Yeah,
they
but
only had what.
the Bears did that too. Remember, like we tanked and we traded
But that's
and
different. They didn't have a they paid their quarterback a ton of money. And the thing is, they have issues with offensive line. And I mean, at least that's what I remember. Like Trevor Lawrence isn't necessarily getting great coverage when it comes to the offensive line in the pocket, but I don't know. That's just my thing. I just think that there's a lot of things that the Jaguars need to fix, but I guess it makes the most sense if they just go with the top pick, but I think they
okay,
really do need to focus on an offensive lineman, especially in the first round. If trading down means, being able to
but you can't take an
get
offensive
that,
lineman first overall. Like you just can't.
they're
Like
not
I
going
feel
to. If they're probably going to focus on someone like, either skill position, probably like
yes, I
offensive
would trade the
line.
pick. I would generally if I'm the Jags, obviously I would trade the pick. But since we're doing like without trades, I think you got to go with the best available.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see them taking Travis Hunter with number one pick.
I
So I'm
think
going
so
with
too.
yeah.
Because at this point, like, you have really nothing going at this point, and it's just like, I mean, listen, I don't cover the Jags like whatsoever,
Yeah,
and
sure.
correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like based on what we're seeing, they don't really look defensively that great,
No, they
and
don't. They have one of
offensively
the
they're
worst.
pretty horrendous as well.
My thing
So
is, yeah,
yeah,
no, you're right. You're right. Like they're not good on defense, but the really thing they need is their secondary is really bad. Their secondary is horrible. So I think Hunter could really, really help them. And I could also maybe see Mason Graham, like a guy from the like Michigan, taking over and getting the number one pick. But
that's
let's
fair.
move on. Let's move on. Let's go. The Raiders with the number two pick in the draft. I think they go quarterback here. I think this is finally the year where they go and get a quarterback. And now, really, the question is, that's crazy. They have Jalen Milroe as the best quarterback. That's not. I think it's between Cam Ward or Shador Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Shadur here. I think I'm going with Shadur here. I
I think
think
Shadur makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
Cam, he's good,
but
but I
I
don't.
don't know. Was it Cam Ward or like? I mean, why is Drew Aller in the first place there? Oh, it's all quarterbacks. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like Jalen Milroe's also there, but I just don't think he.
Milrow, I think after losing that many games, I think he starts to fall.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
It's like a
but it's
second.
also it all really depends on his draft, like in his combine and everything. Like that's, I mean, right now it's based off what we're seeing, and we're just gonna
Yeah,
make it. I think as of right now, I feel like Cam Ward is probably gonna go higher. I
you
think
think you
that's
got
what it
Cam
sounds
Ward?
like.
I,
I
I
don't think
personally,
Shadur is gonna. They're not gonna go back to back Colorado, dude. I don't think so.
I
Maybe,
you
but
know what? You know what? I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got the first. I think Cam Ward. We'll go Cam Ward here. We'll go Cam Ward here. Now I think the Giants take Shadur. I actually genuinely think the Giants take Shadur here. This is the quarterback the Giants really wanted. I think Dion will really like him go to the Giants. A big, a big market for Shadur. I think it generally could help him. I really believe in Brian Dable. If he's still the coach, Shadur could be really, really good here. I think Shadur goes to the Giants.
hmm
Do you agree?
that's 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 fair. I think that's very fair.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with Shadur here. All right. With the fourth pick in the draft. Okay, see, here's what I think. I think they go with Tedero and McMillan. I think McMillan's by far the best wide receiver in this draft. He's been really, really good for Arizona this year. They need a wide receiver to help with Drake May. So I generally would go with Tedero or McMillan here over Mason Graham. I was thinking between McMillan and Mason Graham, but I would go with McMillan, in my opinion.
McMillan, but the issue with that is that yes, you want to get Drake May because that's clearly what they need. They need a
Yeah.
lot of the offense. Like the offense is like a project. I mean, they don't necessarily have to draft um an offensive lineman that early. I think the Patriots, if I'm correct, I can double check that. I think they have a decent amount of picks throughout the draft. I could be
I can
wrong.
check. I
No,
can
I
give
got
you.
that. I got it. I
No,
got it right
it's
here. They have two. I have one first round, one second round, one third round. No, two third rounds. Okay, they can probably get. They're probably gonna go with a wide receiver first, and then later in the second round, probably get like an offensive tackle. They
so you
probably will do
think?
that.
I think like if Tet is numbered, I don't know. I could definitely see them also trading down this pick and go for a guard. But I think I'm going to go with the safe bet that they go with Tedero McMillan here. I think he's by far, it's like not even close. He's the best wide receiver in the draft. I think there's only going
hmm
to be one wide receiver going in the top 10. So I would definitely go with the Patriots getting Tedero here.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm gonna take Tedero here. All right. I think the Panthers. I was okay. I was debating. I had three people, and maybe you can disagree with me here, but agree or disagree here. I got Mason Graham, who's really, really good. He's the best defensive lineman in Michigan. Not Ashton Yeti. Abdul Carter or Will Johnson, the corner. I think just because um the Panthers have they have a Jason Horn's decent. He's a pretty good corner. I don't think they need Will Johnson. I think it's actually really between Abdul Carter and Mason Graham. I probably would go with Mason Graham here. They really need someone in the defensive line to, because they got rid of Brian Burns, right? So they need someone else, and I just don't think that they have anybody else that can really pose a threat. So they need to really start building their defensive line, in my
I
opinion.
think they're probably gonna start building their offense more. Bryce Young is coming. I mean, I kind of agree with where you're going with that. I think that they're gonna try to get someone with explosive offensive power. Um,
Do you think they
I
go
mean,
with?
or they're probably gonna try to protect Bryce Young. I
I think
think
Will
that's a real
Campbell.
important. Will Campbell is probably gonna be off the board for them because it's like no. They're probably gonna take Will Campbell is my bet, or a guard like Starks. I mean, I'm not fully sure how
No,
Starks, but like
Starks
somewhat
a
offensive.
safety.
Yeah, but a somewhat offensive line is gonna be
Yeah,
priority because you're seeing Bryce Young right now. He's been pretty much like meeting expectations that we thought we would, but it's just they're not winning games because the team is just not there yet. But just building the trenches is what they really have to do. But
yeah.
I can also see um David Tepper pulling a David Tepper move and like drafting Ashton Genty or something like that, and someone who they don't need right
No,
now.
no, I don't think they would draft Ashton Janty just because they got Brooks, Jonathan Brooks uh I think I think the third round they got a running back. So I don't think they will draft Ashton Janty. That's just crazy. Um,
Hey,
but
you think so, but then they put some. I don't know. I feel like there's interference, but I could see
I
that. I'm saying like, do they think that they might? I don't think so, but I just think that they're probably gonna go offensive tackle, and they're probably gonna get like some
you want to
center
go?
or
You want to go Will Campbell here?
I would say, what is it? Is that a
He just has
safety? Oh, never mind.
no.
I thought it was a guard. Um, yeah, Will Campbell. Yeah, Will Campbell.
Let's go Will Campbell here. Yeah, that's honestly like a because yeah, that's a good pick for them. Um, okay, Jets. Here's the thing, they kind of do need a QB, but both the QBs are off the board. I mean, like really, the only quarterbacks that are available are Jalen Milroe, Garrett Newsemeyer. He's decent, but I think he's like a second. I think these guys are second and third round
I
picks.
think as of right now, I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is gonna leave. I'd
Yeah,
probably just stay for one more year. Um, because A, either he'll retire, or B, they just sticks it with it for another
I'll be
year.
honest.
And
Yeah, you're right. I think Aaron Rodgers stays for another year. I think they go with Mason Graham here.
I
I
think they're
think
probably gonna get some kind of like help just to maybe like try. I doubt that it's gonna work again. I don't think they're gonna. It's like it's. I feel like the experiment has completely failed. But if they really just want to double down, but also you got to keep in mind they did fire their GM. They did fire
yeah,
their head coach and all that. So they have their own issues with that. So whatever the new regime is going to be, it's going to be like really deciding, what direction they want to go. Do they want to continue with thing Aaron Rodgers, build the trenches, and then after his departure, then find a quarterback? Because this quarterback class isn't necessarily the most strongest one. You have
no, you're
Arch Manning coming out probably after next year, maybe.
right.
So maybe playing the long game, building the trenches first. Whoever's going to be taking over for the New York Jets, maybe
I think.
starting over in.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think you have to go with I think building the trenches is a perfect thing, but I think you build in the defense because I mean, let's be honest, like the best next tackle is Calvin Banks, and I feel like you're definitely reaching if you go for Calvin Banks here. I think you either go with Mason Graham or Abdul Carter, um, out of Penn State. I think you go with Mason Graham here. I think Mason Graham going to 6 is crazy. Uh, so I think if you're the Jets, you take Mason Graham here. I mean, you have to build that defensive line. Um,
But they do have
they're
Hassan
decent,
Reddick.
yeah, but that's edge rusher. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like I think you go with Mason Graham. He's definitely the best defensive lineman in the draft. But you have
They're
to go
probably
with
just gonna focus on defense, I guess. Yeah, I think
yeah.
you're right.
All right, this is a tough one. Okay, because the
I think
Titans.
I'm gonna hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah,
Listen, the Titans are right now trying to figure out a lot of things on offense.
yeah,
They recently gave away Derrick Henry to the Ravens,
they got
so
TP.
TP is okay. He's past his prime. I mean, not even like he's not that great. So what better way to replace Derrick Henry than the Ashton Genty? But I understand there's a caveat to that. The offensive line is complete garbage. But Ashton Genty could be a cornerstone piece that you can help develop and he can be good. Obviously, offensive line would be the most like prominent answer when it comes to this
I just
point.
don't know, man. Like I
But
agree
it's
with
like too
you.
many offensive linemen that have gone so early.
Yeah,
So
only
like
one.
I feel like the Titans. It all really depends, like what direction they want to go. If they want to just hit the home run, it would be like pretty much Ashton Genty. But or it would just probably be someone on defense
I'll
or
go with.
offensive line.
All right, here's the thing. If I'm the Titans, I'm trading down if I see this because I want to get a tackle. Maybe go for Calvin Banks or maybe I don't know, like Josh Simmons or something like that. But since we're doing without trades, I'm not going with Janty here just because of the fact that they already have a running back, and I just don't think that's really a big issue for them. I personally would go with Abdul Carter here. I know they have a decent defense, but they need another edge rusher. I mean, Simmons is decent, but I personally would go to Abdul Carter here, or even Will Johnson. L'Jarius Sneed has not been that guy this season. Maybe you go get Will Johnson, who's the best corner in the draft, but I think you have to go defense here just because of the options you have here. And I don't know, Calvin Bakes, I could definitely see them taking here, but I'm gonna go with Abdul Carter here.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right, Browns. What's your take on the Browns?
They're probably gonna go defense. That's all they can really do. Or because who is their quarterback? Like who? Like Jameis Winston is not your solution.
I
He's
think
fun for
Jabo.
this year.
I'll probably. I think you got
He
to
might
ride
get
with Deshaun.
another like small contract, but I don't think Kevin Stefanski is gonna allow that. Like
No, but I think
Kevin Stefanski is coaching for his job at this point.
they might keep Jabo just for like I don't know. They might have to tank next year. The Jets and the Browns probably have to tank next year to get a new quarterback here. I just don't see them taking a quarterback. But I think it's I don't know. It's just that the Deshaun Watson contract really ruins everything because I could definitely go see them taking like a Jalen Milroe or something like. But I don't know. Like
Nah, I don't
I
think they're in
wouldn't
the
do
right
it here.
situation to do so. And then you have Watson breathing down your neck, even though he has an ACL tear. I mean, Achilles injury. He's not going to be the same. I mean, unless the Browns are willing to part ways with, which is insane. I mean, it makes sense, but it's insane because you know how much cap you have to owe him.
For sure.
Um, I mean, if you're going to try to develop a quarterback, I don't know the logistics behind that when it comes to. I mean, I'm not that well versed when it comes to, you know, like a cap space,
Yeah, no, for
gymnastics
sure.
pretty much. But it's like, I guess if you draft a quarterback, like think about it in the logical sense, right?
Yeah.
You draft a quarterback, you're already in the eighth round pick, or eighth overall pick. You draft a young quarterback, you have reset the clock in a sense. You don't have to pay him until like 4 years down the line. And that will by that time, 2 years will be done. Deshaun Watson's contract's done. You at least have a quarterback you can potentially make sit behind like Jameis Winston or something, develop him or like try to do something with Kevin Stefanski, and maybe you will probably work with something like that. Or you can do just tank another year, get some really good piece right now, like for your defense or your offensive line, and then punt next year, and then um, try to go for a quarterback on the
Mhm.
last year of Deshaun Watson's contract. I think there's only
What
two
do you
years
think?
left. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the probably move. I think you probably just go with the piece, not a quarterback.
Okay. So I can I don't know. Chubb is like he's a tough one because is Chubb actually he got injured last season, obviously. This season he came
Yeah.
back. He's been okay. Do you go with Ashton Janty here? But I don't know. The
I
Browns
don't
defense really
know.
isn't a problem. It really isn't a problem. Do you go with Luther
It
Burden?
isn't. That's why I'm saying offensive line,
I think they go with Calvin Banks here. They need a
probably.
tackle. They need a tackle here. I think they go with Calvin
Mm-hmm.
here. All right, Saints. I think they have to go with offensive line or defensive line, and they're gonna have to reach.
They might trade down.
Yeah, this is definitely a trade down scenario. I just can't do any trades. I can't do a trade, but just in the sense, they would definitely trade down. But I'm gonna go
No, just say
with
just pick what they need. Pick what they need.
yeah. I'm just gonna go with like I guess I'll go with
A
the guard.
tackle.
They kind of need a guard.
Yeah.
Uh dude, I'll be honest, man. I don't see that many good guards here. I'll be honest. Like,
Just the offensive tackle. OT.
yeah, let's go Josh Simmons. He's definitely the third best tackle in the draft. I guess they go with him. Uh,
Hmm.
I think I think the Bengals go for. I think they're gonna lose T Higgins this season. They're gonna lose him. You either go with Ashton Genty here or you go with Luther Burden. I think they go with Luther Burden. No, actually no.
I mean, they have Chase Brown. I don't think they're gonna get Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I
Um,
think they go with Luther here.
but it's
I think
like I don't know. It's kind of tough. I mean, Chase Brown's been kind of goaded for them.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Luther Burden here. I think he's the pick for them. He's definitely the second best wide receiver in the draft. They're gonna lose T Higgins. You need someone to pair up with Jamar Chase. I think you go with him. But also the Bengals defense needs a lot of help. So I don't know. Maybe you should have went with Will Johnson here.
Hmm. The
Damn, I
Bears
think
are on the
that's
clock.
okay. Bears are on the clock, man. I'll let you take this one.
Let me see the offensive tackles left.
Oh yeah, I can show you off the tackles. Yeah, here are the OTs.
I think it's too early to pick offensive tackle. If that point, if the Genty falls to your lap, dude, like I mean,
I
listen,
wouldn't
the
take Nancy,
tackles.
man.
I don't think tackles will be taken. Like that many tackles won't be taken in the first round. Let's
No,
be
there's a lot
really
of
honest with
tackles.
ourselves.
There's a
No,
lot of
let's
tackles.
be honest with ourselves. There's so many tackles this draft. It genuinely there's so many. Like it's absurd. You're not gonna get wide receiver because we already have enough wide receivers, right?
Yeah,
So my thing is that running back room can be bolstered up with Ashton Genty. Like, I think it won't be that much of a crazy thing to go for Ashton Genty, and then in the second round, third round, use that second round pick that Carolina gave us to utilize that for an offensive lineman because we have 2 second round picks, not
I'm a
one,
dis-
just two.
I'm a, I'm gonna disagree with you. I think we go with Nick Scorton here. He's a good edge rusher from Texas A&M. I think we need to go with the defensive line here. If the offensive line is not there, you got to go with the defensive line here, because our defensive
But
line is
I don't
kind
know
of
if we would want to miss that because you know how much a good running back or a good run game can help your
yeah,
young
but
quarterback.
I know, but we have so much more issues with. I'm gonna be
Right,
honest with
I agree, but it's like it's hard to pass up a dude like Ashton Genty. You know, at that point, if
you. Like,
everything
we
else,
gotta, we
all
gotta,
the top
my thing,
tackles are taken in the first round. At that point,
my thing is like you
like
have
look
to
at
build
the.
benches.
No, I agree. That's fine. I'm saying like the second round is still exists for that. Like that's completely
All right, man.
fair. But I'm saying like if Ashton Genty falls to your lap, especially like that, because the Bengals and every other team have problems, and we're the
Will,
Bears right now. We have like our running game issue still. You know, our run game is like taking a step back from what it used to be. We're used to be a run heavy
we
team,
already paid
but
Swift so much money.
huh?
We already paid
But we
Swift.
won't pay. We won't pay a Jetsy for a while.
You know what, man? You've been passionate about it. We'll go with Genty, man. We got Ashton
So
Genty.
and
Okay.
then we'll take a bunch of tackles from now on.
Okay.
Dude, that's just a
Dolphins.
steal.
Dolphins. I think they.
They have a
I
lot of
think they go.
issues.
I think they go with Will Johnson here. I think Will Johnson came to 12. You got to go with him. He's the best corner, the second best corner in the draft, man. I think you go with Will Johnson. They need definitely help in the secondary for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know their tackles are kind of suspect, but you got to go with Will. If Will Johnson drops that far, you got to go for him. I think. I'm being so serious. I think now that the Cowboys lost on Genty, they really wanted him. We took him away from him. I think they need something in the defense. I'm going to go with linebacker Jalen Walker. He's the best
Mm-hmm.
linebacker in the draft. Outside linebacker, very, very good player. I'm going with Jalen Walker to go to the Cowboys. With the 14th
Okay.
overall pick, the 49ers this is a tough one. I think they go with tackles here. I think they take a tackle here. And they go with Aramar. I can't even say his name. Aranate Ersary. He's actually a very underrated tackle this year. He's actually played really, really well for the Minnesota. That's actually someone I really wanted the Bears to get, actually, Ursary, but I guess it's a kind of a little bit of a reach. But I'll go. I think Ursary is a good pick. What do you think?
I think so too. I mean, honestly, we can't
Yeah,
really go wrong with that.
yeah. All right. The Colts is a weird one. I mean, they need a tight end, but I think it's too early to pick a tight end. There's no generational tight end this year.
Mm-hmm.
Linebacker and safety. I think they go with the safety here. Malachi Starks, very, very good safety from out of Georgia. Best safety in the draft. Secondary is a very, very big issue for the Colts. I think you go with Malachi Starks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want to do the Bucks pick?
Sure. Bucks. Oof.
Edge rusher is pretty big. They need.
I think they do need an edge rusher. Um,
You want to
yeah,
go with Nick
edge rusher it is.
Corton? All right, we'll go with Nick Corton. He's, I think, the best edge in the draft. Yeah, no, he's a
Probably.
second. No, he's the second best edge in the draft. He's the second best edge. Abdul Carter's the best.
All right,
Okay,
Lambs.
okay, you want me? I can do the Rams one. I think the Rams need a tackle here. Um, yeah, because they got their wide receivers. Corner, they could probably go for a corner. Benjamin Morrison's a pretty good option. But I'm going with Wyatt Milman. He's pretty good. I don't know. He's underrated. He's decent, but I'm gonna go with Wyatt Milman. He's a decent tackle. I think they need a tackle help. I think offensive line's probably the biggest issue they got, so I'm gonna go with him. The
Okay.
Cardinals, very up and coming team. You want to take this one?
Offensive line.
You think they need an offensive line?
Mm-hmm. Their defense needs work, but offensive line
We
could
go with
only help
Cameron
Tyler.
Williams. Cameron Williams.
Yeah.
Let's go with Cameron Williams, man. All right. Falcons. Defensive line, linebacker. Their defense is so bad. Like, it's actually terrible. They have a really good safety in Jesse Bates, but other than that, their defensive line sucks, right? If you look at what we have, you could go with Benjamin Morrison. He's a pretty good corner. Mikael Williams, he's really, really good. Stewart's good. I think I'm going with an underrated pick here. I'm going with Kenneth Grant. Obviously he played with Mason Graham, but he's pretty underrated. I think the Falcons really need help on the defensive line. You need to build the trenches. I'm going with Kenneth Grant here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Seattle Seahawks, man. You want to take this one?
I mean, what do they need? They definitely need offensive line. Like, I
Yeah.
swear, a majority of these teams just need offensive line, but will they take offensive line? That's the real issue.
I don't think there's a good offensive line here, man.
Yeah, they might trade down, honestly. But
I think you go with a linebacker or
maybe a linebacker. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with an
Yeah.
edge here. I'm gonna go with Mikael Williams here.
Yeah.
He's probably the best option when it comes to defense. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know.
I'd say for the Commanders, probably another wide receiver.
You want to go with Emeka Ibuka? Isaiah Bond is a good option.
Probably Isaiah Bond. Actually, no.
Yeah, I think Isaiah Bond.
I don't know, honestly.
I'm more high on Isaiah Bond, honestly, over Ibuka. Ibuka's good, but I like Bond. He's a way better route runner. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Isaiah Bond here. Texans. I don't know why they need a running back.
Offensive line.
Damn, we took all the tackles. I'm just gonna take damn. There's no good tackles until. Damn.
In that case, then they'll probably have to do something on defense.
There's a guy named Chris Paul.
Yeah, something on defense then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Benjamin Morrison, cornerback. Get that secondary up, pair him up with Stingley. That would be really, really good. I think the Broncos, they go with the wide receiver here. Bo Nix played amazing, but I'm gonna switch it up here. I think they go with the best tight end in the draft, Colston Loveland. I think they take the tight end here.
Loveland.
Pretty good.
Ooh,
Michigan.
They do have Troutman. But yeah, I'd say yeah. They could really use a good tight end.
Yeah, but remember the Raiders picked up Brock Bowers and they had Myers, so you can definitely see it happen. Okay.
Well, Troutman is another tight end.
Yeah, I'm just saying they can have a 2 tight end set. It could be really, really good for them.
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin. Okay, so the Ravens, what do you think they take here? I mean, dude, everybody needs a tackle. But I'm going with secondary here, actually, honestly.
Probably secondary. They need help. They really do need help.
Yeah, I think they draft Trey Amos. He's the best corner left on the draft board. Tight end they really need a tight end for the Chargers, but I think they still go with defense here and go with the edge rusher, Shamar Stewart, or they can go with Tyleik Williams. He's a good option. James Pierce Jr. is a pretty good option. TJ Sanders is a pretty good option, but I don't know. I don't know. You're reaching if you go with TJ Sanders here. I'm gonna go with.
Disclaimer to everyone watching that this is only because we're not trading right now.
Yeah. By the way, I think I already mentioned that, but yeah, we're
But
not
yeah, I'm
trading.
just saying.
That's why we're doing this stuff for now. Anyways, Packers. I mean, they always miss on their. They always miss on the first round, but they always make it up in their second or third round. That's why I swear to God, bro. But I think they got to do something with defense, right? Their defense is kind of mid this year. It's been okay. It's been pretty mid, I feel like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing with the Packers. They always reach on someone in the first round. Every year they reach on someone in the first round. I'm going with Shavon Rabel. I'm actually so serious. I think they always reach in the first round. I think they go
That's
with the
fair.
corner. I think they go with the corner here.
They might have to get Jair's replacement.
I think, yeah, for sure. Why?
I don't know. I think he's been injury prone. He might, you know,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
pretty
I'm
tough.
not saying that they're going to part ways or anything like that. I'm just saying like they probably train up a cornerback, um,
Yeah, for sure.
while Jair is still even on the team. You never know. So
Yeah. I think the Steelers, they go with a wide receiver here and they get Emeka Egbuka. I think they get Emeka Egbuka here. I think they need
okay.
someone to pick up with George Pickens, and you
Mm-hmm.
either give whoever your quarterback of the future is, either Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. You need to give them wide receivers to help them for the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to go with Emeka Egbuka uh, for the 27th pick. I think I don't know. I think Aaron Jones, he's on a 1 year deal. You agree with me?
Yeah,
Do you think they should go with the running back here?
probably not.
No.
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Caleb Johnson. I don't know. He's kind of underrated. I don't know. You can't go wrong with either two of these. I'm gonna go with Caleb Johnson here out of
Mm-hmm.
Iowa. Oh, Eagles edge rusher. They need someone in the defensive line. Um, Judkins is that's running back, but they don't. The running back is not even their problem at all. That's crazy to even say. Um, I'm I don't know. I actually don't know here. This is tough. This spot's kind of weird. Like there really isn't that many good options for them. Like they need a linebacker help. This draft is really not linebacker heavy. Their
Mm-hmm.
defensive line, I feel like it's fine. Like they have a fine defensive line. Look, guys, I think there's a miss on this pick. This would be a stupid pick. I'm just going with linebacker. I don't know what the Eagles should do. I think they're one of the most complete teams in the NFL. Um, but I think they go with the linebacker, Jaheed Campbell, or they probably trade down. I don't know. This I don't know. A lot of these teams I feel like would trade down.
Mm-hmm.
Because like tackle, a lot of these tackles are gone. Like look at our draft. Like tackle was taken here, tackle was taken here, tackle was taken fifth pick. Like a lot of tackles are being picked in this draft. So yeah, that's a little disclaimer to y'all. Bills, yeah, everyone needs a defensive lineman, running back, tight end. Um, I don't know. I'll be honest, man. I think they go with Talik Williams. Um, yeah. What do you think the Chiefs should get? I think they should get a
Chiefs,
running back.
honestly, they can just get away with anything, and they're probably just gonna go wide receiver
Okay, they're going to take
just
the
for
guy.
the sake of it because of how much turnover they have.
They're gonna take the guy from Stanford, Elite Ayumanor. But yeah, I mean, no, actually, I don't know. The Chiefs could also go with the tackle too. They're
Detroit
Jawad
Lions have the
Taylor,
best record in the league.
Jawan Taylor has the worst. Like he's the worst, one of the worst left tackles in the league. So they can definitely take them.
Maybe.
You know what? Lions can take whatever. I don't really care what they take. You know what? They're going to take an edge rusher here. I think they're going to take James Pierce Jr. coming out of Texas. Guys, we did it. We did it. I'm kidding. I don't know. We did our draft, man. This is the rundown of the draft, guys.
The
Again,
first round.
this is just a rough draft of the draft, man. We're not saying anything like everything we're saying here is it's just a
Based on
rough.
the need.
Based on needs, man. Like I don't know. The Panthers could very well take like an edge rusher. Like Travis Hunter could very well be not a Jacksonville Jaguar. We don't know. Obviously, this is just a test run. But yeah. I mean, obviously, me and Solback got to do more research on this, obviously. But yeah, this is gonna wrap it up. I know this has been a very long video, 34 minutes, but there's a lot to cover. So yeah, but yeah, please like and please subscribe. If you guys like more draft content, please comment that down below. I will gladly do more draft content. Um, yeah, the draft's coming up. I mean, not really. It's actually like coming up in April. So yeah, tomorrow me and Soback Sports will be going live on both my channel and his channel. Tomorrow for the Bears 49ers game. So please check out his channel too. Join us if you are a Bears fan or want to watch football with us. That'll be great. But guys, please like and subscribe. It's been your boy Slashing. So is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, just subscribe to Slashing. He's trying to get back to his ways of uploading. Great time to do so. And yeah, like you said, they're going to be streaming tomorrow 3:25 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's just going to be for the Bears and 49ers game, so it's going to be a very fun game. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see
Yep.
you guys in the next one.
Peace.